Yeah! It's number one this week, babies!
It's over, I'm circling these vouchers, got me praying and this hunger, I'm feeling something rotten, last time I saw...
Hey guys, it's LegendBTV, and with all my discussion of Maroon 5 lately, even going to see their show the other night, one would think that I am a little bit overexposed on Maroon 5. Nah. Anyways, today we're jumping into a little bit of interesting territory. Maroon 5, Overexposed, not only was critically mixed, but it also had fans divided as well. Some people loved it. You know, they accepted the change in style. Other people just thought it was garbage. They just thought it was a pure pop sellout. Where do I fall on this album? You'll have to wait and find out. Before we get into this track by track, please be sure to like and subscribe for more awesome videos like this in the future. Kicking off the album is the song One More Night, a song about a rather rocky relationship in which they both know they just can't do this anymore. But the sex is so good that Adam is just weak. Like, Adam is just like, oh no, okay, I want to leave, please, one more night, baby, please, please. Oh, Adam. Song has a light essence of reggae to it, and also I like the big punchy production. And it really hooks you in right at the beginning. The song doesn't get boring. It's like, you and I! And it's like, yeah, that you and I hook is like, it gets in your head. Also, I wanna point out the simile of you and I go hard at each other like we're going to war. I think that's a stroke of creative genius. I assume they're talking about how hard they fight, but if it's the other, oh my god. Next up, we got Payphone featuring my boy Wiz Khalifa. I've never heard a pop song about a payphone before. The pre-chorus and chorus of this track are very memorable, and I quite like the tune, even though at this point this is the most electronic Maroon 5 have ever gone, aside from their remix album. And the drums, while heavily processed, do contain some power. Yeah, Wiz Khalifa's verse, I don't really understand much of it, it just sounds like a bunch of mumbo-jumbo. Not the best work from him, but oh well. Next up is Daylight. It's kind of a sweet song, and I do like the whoa-ohs at the end, but this is easily my least favorite single from the album. The processed drums and instrumentation on this track just kind of rob it of what it's trying to do, be a beautiful ballad. It just kind of robs it of that authenticity, if you know what I mean. There's not really much genuine tension here or organic texture to this production. And you know what I mean? I can forgive that for some of these more upbeat ones, but this slow one, it doesn't really work for me. I would have rather had more, you know what I mean, authentic sounding pretty guitars. The lyrics don't really have much tension to them either. It's basically like a One More Night Part 2 for me. What should be a really emotional ballad turns into this by the numbers sex song for really no reason. Where it's basically just him saying, yeah, when the daylight comes I'll have to go, but, you know, when it's saying tonight I'm gonna hold you so close, you know what I mean, that it's pretty shallow. It's an okay track, but unfortunately it's pretty much safe on all boundaries, doesn't push any boxes, and this is easily one of my least favorite Maroon 5 songs. Up next, though, is a really fun song, Lucky Strike. This is an upbeat club pop tune. The hook is absolutely infectious, and I think it's absolutely hilarious how the hook is the noises that Adam and his lover make in bed all night. Genius. If we're pointing out other funny lines here, let's also reference the line where Adam says, stuck in her elevator. Yes, they're literally referring to her, you know what, as an elevator, and saying that she takes him to the sky. I just love it. And the bridge about the earthquake, just, oh my god. Such a fun song. I can't not love it. Alright, track 5, The Man Who Never Lied. I quite like the beat. The percussion on this is pretty cool sounding. And the oh refrain happening about every end of the verses. But you know where I'm heading with this. We gotta point out some of these hilarious lyrics. In the middle of Hollywood Boulevard, screaming at each other like oh. And also, like a tragedy, like a dark comedy, laughing at each other like oh. But first of all, I don't think anybody laughs like oh. Like, I've never heard that at all. And also, dang, Adam Levine, you've never shown that you've had such a dark sense of humor till now, and I dig it. But the line that runs away with my favorite, most hilarious line in the song is in the bridge. In the middle of Hollywood Boulevard, what am I doing in Hollywood Boulevard? He doesn't even know what he's doing there. But enough about that. The instrumentation is pretty fun, and I downright enjoy this track. Next up, we get a rather lovey dance song in the terms of Love Somebody. I love how the song crescendos up right at the beginning. I love those first 7 seconds of the song. That's always been a detail I love. Like, every time that song comes on, I love the beginning, the build up to that. The harmonizing on the verses is also super cool here, too. Yeah, what I'm finding is the deep cuts on this record are actually more fun to talk about because they have more of the stupid lyrics rather than the singles, so let's just move on. It's still a pretty good track here too, though. Next up, Ladykiller. A pretty dark song with a cool groove. I like the groove here a lot. And also, apparently a pretty all-over-the-place song lyrically, at least in my opinion. From lyrics about his lover potentially walking away from their baby, to eating someone alive after they smell their blood in the water. It's a creepy, dark song, but it works, I don't even know. I love the groove here, and even though the guitar moments are incredibly plastic sounding and rather fake, it's still just a pretty fun song. Also, Adam sounds great here, as always. Up next, a personal favorite of mine, Fortune Teller. We start with a piano, we start with a club beat, a light piano, and then lyrics about Adam not being a fortune teller. Like, seriously, who wrote these lyrics? They're just so funny. I love them. I don't even know if Adam even knew what the heck he was singing about. These lyrics are just that out there. From what I can get, it's basically a track about a girl griping at Adam, and he's just had enough of it. He's just singing this song about him not being a fortune teller. Girl, I am not a fortune teller. But just listen to this second verse. I don't like watching TV. I don't know what it all means. And your American dream, baby, it just isn't me. I mean, what? It's just hilarious. I can't. And also this production is pretty cool as well. Next up, we have Sad. And it's admittedly a pretty dumbed down track lyrically. It's a ballad, but all of the song lyrics basically to this track you could pretty much just take it face value and pretty much understand the whole song. But it's also pretty funny too, how the hook is basically him, because he's sad, he's kicking the dirt. I'm sorry guys, I keep saying this album is hilarious, but seriously, look, read these lyrics, just not even listen to the album, just read the lyrics. I don't know, it's gold. Up next, oh my god, this song, Tickets. A song using tickets to a show to metaphorically describe a girl as being really, really stuck up, really bossy, really just, unlikable. It's just fantastic. This song is freaking catchy, it's danceable. You can really get into Adam's mood if you're really just like, yeah, you know? And I'm like, oh my god. I love how sassy Adam's tone is in this song. It really just fits the song so well. Along with this beat and the lyrics about this girl and how snobbish she is, like, how she hasn't worked for anyone her daddy didn't know. Pretty much just how this girl looks amazing, but the fact that she is a really horrible, soulless, snotty person, that's just pretty dang bad. The F-bomb in this track is also really funny, how they do like stutter effect on it. It's funny. Mainly what sells the track though is just how much Adam just exposes this girl for how much of a bad person she is, you know? The creative details in this track really make it great. Doing Dirt is a club-friendly disco track. The inclusion of a cowbell or some other instrument of some sort is a pretty cool inclusion. I find the chorus of this track really funny this time around, because basically Adam wants this girl to arouse him in front of everybody at the club, and it's so funny. And also that he lights her up when he gets inside. It's pretty disgusting, but once again, so freaking funny. The "get in the car" refrain also is just another hilarious moment. Just all these moments in this album, guys. Go listen to this when you're done. Beautiful Goodbye is the final song on the standard version. It's a ballad. It's a little bit sterile, but I like the vocals, and the lyrics have that overexposed touch to them that make them stand out from being not just another generic ballad. Kicking off the deluxe tracks, we have Wipe Your Eyes, which features probably the most organic sounding drums on this whole album. Wow. I actually love the chorus to this one, and the piano progression is just super catchy. And there's actually a little bit of emotional depth here. Not much, but hey, baby steps. Wasted Years is a rather simple, yet admittedly another pretty funny track. From Adam saying that his lover's sweat tastes like sugar cane, and that she doesn't just yell out his name, he yells out his name. The random inclusion of the F word is just so funny here. It's so ignorant, but it's so funny. Adam is just at his straight up level 11 in his whininess in this track. And while it can be annoying to some, downright many, it's at the right balance where it doesn't become, you know what I mean, unbearably annoying. It's just like, it's just hilarious. We're covering Al Green's on this next track, Let's Stay Together. It sounds pretty different from the original, but it's not bad for what it is. It's just got this nice acoustic progression, and yeah, you know what I mean, it's got that overexposed overproduction to it, but still, you know what I mean, it's pretty cool for what it is. And then the One More Night Sticky K remix. It's catchy. I have nothing else. In short, on the surface, Overexposed reeks of a sellout and a move towards a more commercialized, mainstream, pop-friendly sound. But there are so many little creative decisions and little details that you really have to squint at and pay close attention to that still make this album worth your time. And if you're looking for some guilty pleasure type pop, this is your album to go to, because in my opinion, this is one of my biggest guilty pleasures ever. And I used to not even like this album at first, but now I love it. Maybe not even as a guilty pleasure. I think it's just a pretty freaking catchy summer album. Yep. Feeling a strong 8. Yeah, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like, and comment down below your thoughts on Overexposed. I know it's a pretty divisive album, so I'm expecting some people to think it's great, some people to think it's terrible. I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh my god.